There is a village where life is simple and hard. Not hard in the way that breaks you all at once, but hard in the way that slowly convinces you that this is all there is, all there can ever be. The houses lean against each other like tired friends. The streets are the same streets your grandfather walked. The horizon, that burning line where earth meets sky, sits there every morning, promising something you're not allowed to reach. You stand at the edge of the village, watching the train pass. It comes at the same time every day, carrying people to places you've only heard about in whispers, cities with lights that never sleep, opportunities that sound like fairy tales, dreams that seem too big to fit inside your chest. But every time you think about leaving, the voices start. The world outside is dangerous, your father says, his hands rough from years of the same work. You cannot survive alone. You don't know what's out there. Here, at least you have us. Here, you are safe. Safe. That word follows you everywhere. It sits at the dinner table. It watches you from the doorway. It whispers to you at night when you stare at the ceiling and wonder if this is all you'll ever be. Safe, but stuck. You have dreams bigger than this village, bigger than these narrow streets and predictable days. Dreams that make your heart race and your hands shake. Dreams that feel like betrayal, because wanting more feels like saying what you have isn't enough. But the truth is, it isn't enough. Not because the village is bad, not because the people are wrong, but because there's a voice inside you that's louder than all the others, and it keeps saying, there is more. You are meant for more. Part 2, the leap of faith. So you make a decision. Not in a moment of courage, but in a moment of quiet surrender to the pull you can no longer ignore. It happens before dawn. The world is sleeping. There's no fanfare, no dramatic goodbye. Just you, a small bag, and a heart pounding, not with fear, but with freedom. You leave a note on the kitchen table. Your handwriting is shaky, but the words are clear. I am not lost. I am going to find what I'm meant to become. I am going to fight for my dream. You don't slam the door. You close it softly, the way you close the cover of a book you've read 100 times. You love it. You always will. But you've memorized every page, and you need a new story. The train platform is empty. The first light is breaking over the horizon, the same horizon you've stared at your entire life. But this time, you're not just looking at it. You're crossing it. The train arrives. The doors open, and you step inside. Part 3, the reality of the city. The city hits you like a wave. Noisy streets, bright lights, a million people moving in a million directions, and not one of them knows your name. Not one of them is waiting for you. Back in the village, the baker knew your mother. The shopkeeper asked about your father. Someone always saw you. Someone always cared. Here, you are invisible. You thought freedom would feel like flying, but instead, it feels like falling. The money you brought runs out faster than you imagined. You eat old bread. You sleep in places that don't feel like home. You walk the streets looking for work, and everywhere you go, the answer is the same. We don't need anyone. Come back later. You don't have experience. You think about the train going back, about your father's words, about how easy it would be to admit defeat and return to the familiar weight of safety. But then you remember a story your grandmother told you, about a sparrow who injured its wings and could no longer fly. Everyone thought it would die, but the sparrow didn't give up. It learned to walk. Slowly, painfully. It hopped through the grass, found new paths, saw new things it had never noticed from the sky, and eventually, when its wings healed, it flew higher than it ever had before. You are that sparrow, Mao. You cannot fly, so you will walk. Part 4, the grind and the breakthrough. You take the first job you can find. It's not glamorous. You're arranging oranges at a fruit stand. Your hands smell like citrus and dirt. Your back aches. But the man who owns the stand pays you at the end of the day. And when you hold that money, the first money you've earned with your own hands in this new world, it feels like gold. You show up before dawn. You stay until the market closes. You learn the names of the regular customers. You smile even when you're exhausted. You're honest when someone overpays. You're patient when they complain. Success isn't a miracle. It's not luck. It's showing up. It's the honesty in your eyes and the patience in your hands and the smile that doesn't quit even when you want to. Slowly, things change. The man at the stand offers you more hours. A customer recommends you to someone else. You get a second job, then a better one. You learn skills you didn't know you needed. You meet people who see something in you that you're only beginning to see in yourself.
You start to walk with your head up, not because you've arrived, but because you're no longer afraid of the journey. Part 4, the return and the lesson. Months pass, maybe years, and then one day you take the train back. You don't return with pride or arrogance. You return with food, medicine, and supplies. You return with stories, with scars, with proof that the world outside the village is dangerous, but it's also beautiful. Your father opens the door. His eyes fill with tears. He won't let them fall. He doesn't say, "I was wrong." But when he hugs you, you feel it. You sit at the same kitchen table where you left the note, and you tell them the truth. One path closed so another could open. I didn't lose anything. I just had to learn how to walk before I could fly. The village is still simple, still hard. But now when the children watch the train pass, they see something different in your eyes. They see possibility. You are never meant to stay in the cage of comfort. You are meant to test your wings. And yes, sometimes those wings will fail. Sometimes you'll fall. Sometimes you'll have to walk through the hardest parts of your journey with nothing but faith and sore feet. But every step you take away from what is safe is a step toward what is possible. The village will always be there. The familiar will always call you back. But the person you're meant to become, that person is waiting on the other side of fear. So close the door softly, leave the note, board the train. Your wings may be broken now, but you're learning to walk. And one day soon, you'll fly higher than you ever imagined.
Hi, please subscribe to our YouTube channel at Glitch to Gold YT and don't forget to put us on post notification.